in, sit right down and make yourself at home. You found the place you're looking for, there's no more need to roam home. I know you're thirsty, drink your fill, for HBA will pay the bills. Come right in, sit right down and make yourself at home. Make yourself at home.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, and we're so pleased to be here to sing for you tonight. We're so pleased to be here on this wonderfully beautiful island, and thank you for coming. This group is called the Princeton Creamsicles. We're all members of a group called the Princeton Nassoons. The Princeton Nassoons were started in 1941. They are, have been, and are the third oldest college a cappella group in the United States. Two other groups, one called the Whiffenpoofs and the other called the Spizwinks. They're at a small, probably underrated school in New Haven, Connecticut. I won't say the name because I don't use four-letter words. The Nassoons were started in 1941. Only a few of the guys you're looking at were in the original group. I'm joking. We're all members of classes beginning about 1954 and running through 1971. The focus of the group is guys, all of whom were Nassoons, undergraduates, and many of whom, all of whom really sang most of the music that we're going to be singing for you tonight. The Nassoons' repertoire ranges from barbershop-y kinds of stuff to the Great American Songbook, so we'll give you a sampling of our music. The Nassoons, in the 40s, a number of Nassoons participated in the Triangle Show. Some of you, I suspect, remember or know of the Princeton Triangle Show. Ed Sullivan used to have them on, you know, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Princeton Triangle Show, and about 12 guys would come out dressed as women and do a kick line. Well, we're not going to do that. But we are going to sing at least one song that was started in the Princeton Triangle Show back in the, I think it was in the early 50s or maybe late 40s. The Triangle Show that this song comes from, it was called Too Hot for Toddy. Now, they were never very good at picking out names for the Triangle Show, but this is a wonderful song in that it represents the kind of music that the Nassoons sing. We were all in the 50s reading or remembering a book that would rate singing groups, and it would either be the High-Lows or the Four Freshmen, for those of you who remember those groups, where they're singing harmonies where the melody is in the first tenor and then the parts underneath fill out these lovely chords. This is one of those. It's called Who Knows? And it's about a young man's look at search and the question, will he find love in his life? Here goes one who knows where I'm going. Who knows in love without a star to guide me above. Here's another ballad that Mel Torme sang and Bing Crosby sang back in the 40s. It's part of the Great American Songbook, but not as well known as any number of others that we will sing for you. This is called The Four Winds. Thank you. The Four Winds and the Seven Seas. In this group, we have 5 younger men than the guys from classes of 54 through 63, and 4 of these men, who we asked to join us because they're such good singers, sing in a quartet called Coast to Coast. So they're going to start this song, and then Donald Lynn, class of 61, will sing this beautiful solo. The Four Winds and the Seven Seas.
I wander here, I wander there, it seems like I've been everywhere. I haven't any place to call my own. No matter where I go alone.
You ask where I live, here's the address I give. The four winds and the seven seas. The hills were my home till I started to roam. The four winds and the seven seas.
Because it was made extremely popular in the movie Singin' in the Rain with Gene Kelly and Donald O'Connor. So we won't tell you what that is. The second song is called Down in Jungletown. It's an old barbershop song. And some really clever Nassoon put the two of these together. And I think you're going to like this. The solo, we have 2 soloists. The one is Dr. David Watts. And the other soloist of great, great skill is Basil W. Kelsey. Classes in
62. Away down in the Congo land lived a happy chimpanzee. He loved a monkey with a long tail. hill, Lordy, how we loved her. Each night you'll find them there singing in that coconut tree. And the monkey gay at the break of day loved to hear his Jimmy say.
Jippy to the pond, send the monkey to the gym. All night long they're chatter away, all day long they're happy again, singing and swinging in a honky-tonky way. He's monkey, I love for you. Monkey dog means Jim, I love you too. And the big baboon one night in June, he married them and very soon they ran up on their honeymoon. Oh, down in Jungle Town, a honeymoon is coming soon. You can hear that serenade to a pretty jungle, pretty little monkey made up in a tree. A chimpanzee waits there for me. I'll be true to the monkey doodle-doo. Way down in J-U-N-G-L-E Jungle Town, down in Jungle Town, where the animals hang around to celebrate the playmate of the big bad monkey. In Jungle Land, a chimpanzee waits there for me. I'll be true to the monkey doodle-doo. Way down in jungle, hell of a time. Way down in Jungle Town, way down in Jungle Land.
This is probably the dirtiest song that we were ever allowed to sing as undergraduates. And we've eliminated one word. Because we're in a chapel, no, it's just one word. I don't care what they say.
People know that you are married. People know I'm married too. But nobody knows that you love me, and nobody knows that I love you. So if you want to go and have these luncheons, we can have them just the same. But sweetheart, if you're talking to sleep, come up, don't mention my name, hey, hey, uh-oh, don't mention my name.
Back when we were undergraduates, I think virtually all of us, so Goldie, were we co-ed when we were there?
Yes, the last 2 years.
Last 2 years. So that's in the 70s. So we were all male, and Princeton could be a somewhat lonely place. I don't know whether any of you saw the movie Admission with Tina Fey. It wasn't a very good movie, but the Nassoons were in it. That is, the then current Nassoons were in it. And they sang a piece that, while we were in school, was our theme song, the Nassoon theme song. It was traditional to have the president of the group sing the solo in this song. And in this group, this is the 17th year that we have reunited annually these guys. We have been to places like Bermuda and Charleston and to Port Ludlow, Washington, and all sorts of places where somehow one of the guys would say, okay, I'll host this event. And we always have the most senior president of the Nassoons, who would sing the solo, and this was our theme song, sing it for audiences that we sing for. And it just so happens that this year, the senior president of the Nassoons is Duncan. He will sing the solo in what's called Tigertown Blues, written by a man named Richard Armstrong, who was class of '46 and a Presbyterian minister, still to this day. Tigertown Blues.
Listen to my tale, man, it's really sad. I got those Tigertown blues, and I got them bad. I keep hanging around at the Nash all day, trying to drive my blues away. Oh Lord, I got those Tigertown blues. Now the Princeton boys are a bunch of boys, and they really know how to spread their joys. They keep hanging around when they ought to be hitting those books instead of a bottle of gin. Oh Lord, I got those Tigertown blues. Those Tigertown blues.
We never work at all. We haven't much to lose.
Tigertown blues.
That's why we're singing now. Those Tigertown blues.
Now the
Freshman class is on the ball, but sophomores they don't work at all. The junior athletes train on beer, and the seniors they are never here. So it's late to bed and early to rise. That accounts for our bloodshot eyes. So it goes from day to day, living in that Tigertown way. Oh Lord, I got those Tigertown blues.
oh, Tigertown blues.
There's not a girl in town. We gotta live on blues.
Tigertown blues.
That's why we're singing now. Those Tigertown blues.
We thought that because most of us are getting to ripe old age, that we'd give Coast to Coast, which we usually refer to as our four freshmen, a chance to sing a couple of pieces for you. So please welcome Coast to Coast. The reason why they're called Coast to Coast is because one of them lives in New York and the other three are out in California.
Can't buy me love, can't buy me love. Love can't buy me love, I can't buy me love. I'll buy you a diamond ring, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. Give you anything, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. 'Cause I don't care too much for money, money can't buy me love. Give you anything, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. I'll give you all I got to give if it makes you feel alright. 'Cause I don't care too much for money, money can't buy me love, can't buy me love. Everybody tells me so, can't buy me love. Satisfied. Tell me that you want the kind of things that
That's
Special.
He's gonna catch his breath.
Well, that's... I thought you might like to hear a couple of stories before we sing the next piece. And these are... I have a fair amount of Irish blood and Scots blood, and I have great affinity for Irish stories. So I thought I might tell you an Irish story or two. Sometimes I start out by telling a story that I won't tell you tonight about the Irishman, older man who drove into town, and from his house, which was about 3-4 miles outside of town, and a policeman pulled him over in the town. And of course everybody knows everybody else, so he rolled his window down, and the policeman said to him, "Good God, Clancy, I've been following you for 3 miles. Your wife fell out of the car a mile outside. He looked up and he said, "Oh, thank God. I thought I'd gone deaf." Rather than telling you that story, there's so many good ones, and so few clean ones. So I'll tell you the story that I told to the guys on the bus as we were coming up about this older Irishman named Seamus, who he lived his life alone. He worked very hard. He retired. And of course he was just kind of himself, self-contained. But like every Irishman, he played the Irish lottery. And he got a notice saying he'd won a prize, come to the post office and pick it up. So he went to the post office, got his letter, opened it up, said, "You have won a week's vacation in Madrid, Spain." And he was totally nonplussed. He went to his pub that night. And one of his friends said to him, "Well, what's up with you, Seamus?" He said, "Well, I won a prize in the Irish lottery." "Oh," they said, "that's wonderful. What is it?" He said, "It's a week's vacation in Madrid, Spain. I've never been out of Ireland. I've never been out of Dublin, for God's sake. What am I going to do in Madrid?" "Oh," they said, "it's a beautiful city. It's got great museums. It's, you know, there's all sorts of wonderful paintings in the museums. It's got the thing del Sol, you know, Playa del Sol, this great big place. The Inquisition started there. You shouldn't say that, but it's true. And you know, you'll love it, James." He said, "But I don't speak a word of Spanish." They said to him, "Look here, just speak slowly and everything will be fine." So off he went to Madrid. A wonderful time, seeing all these great sights, etc., etc. And he was walking through the Playa Mayor and noticed that there were archways on the far side. And he walked through one, and there was a little street and a sign on a shop saying, "The Dublin Pub." So in he went, and he sat down at the bar, and he said to the bartender, "I would like a pint." And the bartender pulled him a pint, put it up on the bar, and he drank it down, put the glass down. And he said to the bartender, "I would like another pint." The bartender drew a pint, put it up, he drank it down. He said to the bartender, "I am from Dublin." The bartender said, "I am from Dublin too." Seamus said to him, "Then why are we speaking Spanish?" It's funny how things happen. Well, I'm not going to tell you yet. Because I just realized as we were listening to Coast to Coast, we left one of our songs out in the first part of the program, and we're going to sing it for you now, whether you like it or not. Julie Stein and Sammy Kahn, great collaborators in song-making, wrote this lovely song, not terribly well known, but it was arranged in what is traditional Nassoon harmony, 5-part harmony, by a fellow who was class of '65. You ought to know that the Nassoons, like most college a cappella groups, are not affiliated in any formal way. We don't have any teacher or any dean or whatever, although from time to time all of us were called to see the dean for one reason. But they're independent groups, and the Nassoons are still going. This is a great song. I think it's the prettiest Nassoon arrangement we have, which is why I want to sing it for you. I want us to sing it for you. It's called "The Things We Did Last Summer." One of the great things about getting to be this age is that the bass's voices get even better. And this is one of those pieces, we've got another one for you, where the basses get to sing the solo in this lovely piece. The Things We Did Last Summer. Boy, that's great.
medals we won, the bell I rang to prove that I was strong. The things we did last summer, I remember all winter long. The early morning highs, the rented and the buys, the lunches that we used to pack. We never could explain the sudden summer rain, the time that we got back. Oh, the lazy never fades, like promises we made. How could a love that seemed so right go wrong? The things we did this summer, I'll remember. I'll remember all winter long.
Another song where Coast to Coast will do an introduction. You know, these songs from the American Songbook really are so beautiful because unlike what we hear today, which is so repetitive and so, at times, indecipherable, these songs tell a story. And this is a song that was written by Oscar Hammerstein and Jerome Kern. It was arranged for the Nassoons. This is what we're doing. It's good, you know, because they're busy doing things back here while I'm talking. Thank goodness. This was arranged for the Nassoons by a fellow who was music director of the Nassoons from the late 40s until 1951 when he graduated. His name was Chalmers Hamill. You wouldn't know his name, but his daughter was Dorothy Hamill, the great singer. Yeah, no, which is, you know, who cares? Hammerstein and Kern, what a great combination. Many commentators have said that this is one of, if not the most beautiful song from the American Songbook. It's called All the Things You Want.
Again I've longed for adventure, something to make my heart beat the faster. What did I long for? I never really knew. I never knew. Finding your love, I found my adventure. Touching your hand, my heart beats the faster. All that I want in all of this world
another great song. This is, I think it's Johnny Mercer. Fools rush in where angels fear to tread. And again, it gives these great basses a chance to sing some lovely melody. This is Christopher Robbins saying his prayers, and another one of our great tenors, Rick Eisenhart, gets to sing this beautiful solo.
His little hands, little gold.
He was a Nassoon, the only Nassoon that never had to try out. He arranged these gorgeous pieces, and they said to him, "You better come sing with us." So he did. He graduated from Princeton with a degree in music. He got his PhD at Princeton Graduate School in music, and he spent his entire teaching career, Paul, at that place in New Haven. He's a superb arranger and a wonderful, wonderful guy. We had another great triangle show back in 1934. It was called Stags at Bay. That's a little cleverer than Too Hot for Toddy, I think. And there was a piece from that has become a part of the American Songbook. It was written by a man named Brooks Bowman. Bowman graduated, I think it was either 34 or 35, and regretfully died in an auto accident very shortly after he graduated. So Princeton was denied its opportunity at Cole Porter. Maybe one day we'll be able to get a musician who had the cleverness and the brilliance of Cole Porter, who went to that unnamable place in New Haven. I wasn't with him. What are we singing? This is probably another superb piece from the American Songbook. It's called East of the Sun and West of the Moon. It was sung at the Triangle Show, and Tommy Dorsey picked it up. And a young band singer named Frank Sinatra sang it with the Dorsey Orchestra, and added that with the band singing this kind of little obligato as they went through it. So we've recreated, God willing, that arrangement.
East of the sun and west of the moon, we'll build a dream house of love, dear, near to the sun in the day, near to the moon at night. We'll live in the lovely way, dear, living on love and the pale moonlight, just you and I, forever and a day. Love will not die, we'll keep it that way. Up among the stars we'll find the harmony of life to a lovely tune. East of the sun and west of the moon, dear. East of the sun and west of the moon. Oh, live east of the sun, bathed in the bright light, west of the moon. We'll be digging the glow. We'll build a dream house, a righteous power, where you can really lay it on me. Near to the sun in the day, we'll be jumping. Near to the moon at night, you'll be with me in a lovely way. Silent Judy, I'm headed out love and the pale moonlight, just you and I. We'll ditch those squares forever and a day. So long, so long. Love will not die. We're together forever. Keep it that way. Forever. Up among the stars we'll find the harmony of life to a lovely tune. East of the sun and west of the moon. On the dune and kiss me and hold tight forever. East of the sun and west of the moon. Love.
This is our last tune. It's another great piece. It is now the Nassoon theme song. The Nassoons started at that four-letter word place. They were 8 men who stepped out from the glee club, and they had been warned by one of their advisors that they shouldn't sing this 5-part arrangement of a piece that had been made popular by Glenn Miller and Paula Kelly and the Modern Airs, the group that sang with them. Don't sing that song. Well, this group of 8 guys sang, and they sang sort of pedestrian stuff from the Yale songbook. And then they said, well, what the heck, why don't we throw caution to the wind and sing this piece? Well, now that we've got women at Princeton and the Nassoons are still going strong, this is the Nassoons' theme song. And I guess there's some poetic something or another in it, in that it talks about the treachery of women. It's called Perfidia. This is our last piece. Oh, before we sing it, we thought you might like to find out who we are and when we graduated from Princeton and what town we've come from to be here with you here in Hawaii. Let's see. Jerry, you want to start?
I'm Jerry Ford. I'm an architect who practices in Princeton, New Jersey. And I'm class of 54, and I want to tell you, I love this building.
Yeah, I'm Chip Shangle, class of 1968, and I'm a lawyer in San Francisco.
I'm Llewellyn Ross. I live in Princeton, New Jersey. I'm class of 1958.
I'm Matt McMorris, class of 1966, and I grew up in Princeton.
Dean Harrison, formerly of Boston, Massachusetts, and now of Gallatin, Pennsylvania. I'm a retired lawyer.
I'm Peter Graff, class of 1960, live on the Southern Oregon coast.
Eric Everbach, class of 1958, and my wife and I live in Porter Ranch, California.
J.D. Helms, class of 1959, Scottsdale, Arizona.
Roger Bates, class of 1967, from a little mountain town in Southern California called Idlewild.
I'm Rich McGlynn from Far Hills, New Jersey. I was class of 1960.
Dick Reeves, Seattle, also class of 1960. Where are you from? Seattle.
Buzz Kelsey, class of 1962, from the home of the Kansas City Royals.
David Watts, class of 62, also Charleston, South Carolina.
Rick Eisenhardt, class of 66. I live in Indian Wells, California.
Chuck Goldberg, class of 71. Bronxville, New York, Westchester County.
Don Lewin, class of 1961, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Tim Coward, class of 1963 from Washington, D.C.
Chuck Zethis, also class of 63, Falls Church, Virginia.
Gary Lane, class of 57, Stonington, Connecticut.
And I'm Doug Dempster, class of 1959, Kamuela, Nauka, Bigger.
Locomotive Dempster, rock, 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 tiger, 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 sis, boom, 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 bop. Dempster, Dempster, Dempster. Two, three, four. Bum, bum, bum. To you, my heart cries out perfidia, for I found you the love of my life in somebody else's arms. Your eyes are echoing perfidia, forgetful of the promise of love in sharing another's charm. a long, long time. It's our way of saying goodbye. We can't speak Hawaiian. It took me all I could do to say halakulani where we were staying. I kept saying hi kalanic, and then finally figured out the difference between Lahaina and Kane. Little mothers and
I'm leaving you, it grieves me to say adios. I'll be so long.